I've never been in a relationship before. Would you ever take back someone who cheated? I told a boy that I liked him and he didn't like me back and I got all sad. Hey guys, it's Chloe. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, as you saw from the title, today I'm going to be doing a deep and personal Q&A. So these questions are from like the internet. Like I didn't receive them or anything. So I'll leave a link down below to the link of these questions. Also, I can't tell if this bucket hat looks stupid. I just wore it just because it kind of matches. It's a little bit lighter than this shade of green, but they kind of go with each other a little bit. I'm just gonna do a cute little deep and personal Q&A. Yeah, you guys get to learn more about me. Okay, so the first question is, what's your philosophy in life? A philosophy of life is an overall vision of or attitude toward life and the purpose of life. I'm just gonna say a quote that I live by. This is super basic, but everything happens for a reason. I am a strong believer of that because I feel like there were definitely times in my life where I was oh my gosh, why is this happening to me, blah blah blah. But then I always think about it and I realize this happened for a reason. Let's say for example I fail a test, that happened for a reason, so that I would get that reality check that I need to study for a future test. Yeah, that's just my mentality for life. What's the one thing you would like to change about yourself? Everything. I'm kidding. Okay, but to be real, if I had to pick one thing to change about myself, I think the thing that I'm most insecure about is I guess I'd say my body. I just want to be toned up a bit more. If not my body, then my hair, because my hair is not naturally straight. It's actually really curly, and in a few of my videos, you can see my natural hair. At the beginning of this year, I was yeah, I'm gonna go natural because start of high school, started something new. I think straight hair is so much easier to maintain than curly hair. Third question, are you religious or spiritual? Yes, I am religious. I am Catholic. I actively attend stuff for my youth group and everything, and I go to church every Sunday, so yeah. Do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? I consider myself an ambivert, I don't know how to say it. That's basically a mix of an introvert and an extrovert. I think I'm more of an extrovert than an introvert, but I also have a lot of introvert qualities. It depends with who I'm with, or if I'm comfortable with the people I'm with. For example, in my history class last semester, I was a total extrovert. I talked all the time, even when I wasn't supposed to. But right now, let's say my biology class, I'm kind of an introvert. I don't talk as much, I don't raise my hand as much, just because I only know a few people in my biology class, but in my history class I knew everybody, so I was really comfortable. But when it comes to social situations, when meeting new people, I am pretty outgoing. And which parent are you closer to and why? I don't like this question. I'm equally close to both of my parents. The parent that I'm most is my dad. Everyone in my family says I'm more like my dad than my mom, so I am more like my dad, but I don't think I'm closer to one parent more than the other. What was the best phase in your life? I think summer of 2018 or summer of 2019, if we're not counting the past. If so, when I was a toddler, that was the best phase of my life. If I had to choose an actual time, I would say summer 2018 or summer 2019, because those summers were really great. Summer 2018, even though I went on my phone and stayed in bed all day, every day, I don't know, summer 2018 just hit so different. Summer 2019 was really fun, especially toward August, because I didn't do a lot in July, but in August I did oh my gosh. First of all, my birthday's in that month. All of my summer concerts were late July and in August, so I had so much fun. I was constantly looking forward to things, and I feel I hung out with my friends a lot more often in August. And also that was when preseason for the tennis team started, and that was very fun, and I made a lot of friends on the tennis team, so that was a really good time in my life. What was the worst phase in your life? I would say this period of time in 7th grade. Basically, I told a boy that I liked him and he didn't like me back, and I got all sad. I could totally make a whole video about it, but no. And I'm still friends with him. So is what you're doing now what you always wanted to do growing up? I'm just doing the same thing I've been doing since I was young. Just going to school, working hard. Honestly, I really don't know. What makes you feel accomplished? When I finish my homework. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm skipping around on some of these questions. Some of them, I don't really have an answer to. What is a relationship deal breaker for you? So I've never been in a relationship before. I think about this, a lot, kind of. I have, really high standards, which is, really bad because, I literally don't like anybody at school because nobody meets my standards. If the guy vapes, smokes, underage drinks, stuff like that, that's like an immediate turn off for me. I don't know, I'm just like so like anti that. I also think like being rude to like my family or like my close friends, like with my friends that's kind of different, but with my family, like if you don't want to meet my family, if you're like kind of dry with my family, like you don't want to meet them, that's such like a turn off, because I feel like in a relationship, like I said, I have no experience because I've never dated anybody. One day, if I do get in a relationship, I feel like I would want to meet that other person's family. If the guy like doesn't feel that same way of wanting to meet the family or like being nice to the family, then that's like such a turn off, because like you never know, you might get married to that person. I think like physical abuse, like if they get mad at you and they decide to slap you across the face or like punch you, that's not okay. That's like a deal breaker. Are you more into looks or brains? I'm gonna be honest with this one, because some people are like, do you go for personality or looks? Okay, so the thing though is, I'm being like dead honest right now. I feel like a lot of people, like when you first meet someone, you obviously notice their physical attributes before you know them personally. And I feel like more people are prone to like getting to know someone who they think is like physically attractive rather than someone who's like not to them. But I do think I would want to be with someone who like is smart. I don't mean to sound conceited or whatever. I take honors classes. I'm in AP World History right now because that's the only AP course you could take as a freshman. I'm taking like 3 APs my sophomore year, and like I don't know, I just feel like someone who's not motivated like with their education, that's like would you ever take back someone who cheated? This is just like my opinion, but I feel like if I ever dated someone and I broke up with them, I wouldn't get back together with them, because like I said, everything happens for a reason, and you broke up for a reason, and what's the point of getting back together when you broke up for a reason? Especially cheating, I cannot even fathom how unbearable that is. Like, why would you ever go back to someone who cheated on you? I mean, at the same time, it depends on like the mental situation and everything. Even if I were like, oh my gosh, I miss them so much, I can't live without them, but they cheated on me, why would I ever want to put myself back in that toxic relationship? How do you feel about sharing your password with your partner? If you do have a partner and it's like a really serious relationship, you kind of have like nothing to hide. But I feel like if I did have a partner, they would know my password. They would be able to set up like alternate Face ID on my phone. When do you think a person is ready for marriage? I feel like you have to at least have time in your relationship. It's not like you could date someone for like a day and be like, okay, we're getting married tomorrow. Well, I mean, good for you if you do that, but like definitely I would not do that. I feel like before I get married, I want to have a steady relationship with my partner. And I feel like that's like really good to be together for a while. You've been through ups and downs, like you definitely know who that person is. Spending the rest of your life with that person, like you should know who they are, and like you should have spent a lot of time with them, because you're gonna spend like the rest of your life with that person. I think you should have at least have like a decent amount of time being in a relationship before getting married. What would you do if your parents didn't like your partner? In my opinion, family always comes first. Well, I feel like that should be like everyone's opinion. I feel like if my parents didn't like my partner, I couldn't be in a relationship with that person, because their opinions are like so important to me, and I feel like if they didn't like my partner, I couldn't, like I just couldn't be with them. Do you usually stay friends with your exes? So I don't have any exes. If I did, I mean, it depends on the situation or why you broke up. If you broke up because it was like a really toxic relationship or something like that, I would make sure I don't have any like bad blood with them. Definitely wouldn't be like their best friend, you know? But like if you broke up like mutually, like you thought like it wasn't the right time, then I would still stay friends with that person. Maybe again, not like best friends, but like, you know. If you are in a bad mood, do you prefer to be left alone or have someone to cheer you up? A lot of people would prefer to be cheered up or have someone to talk to, but I prefer being left alone because I like to have time to think to myself before going to other people. What do you think of best friends of the opposite sex? So I do have friends of the opposite sex. I have few like really close and trustworthy female friends. You can obviously be friends with someone of the opposite sex, but like when you're younger or like in elementary and middle school, people are obviously like super immature about it. I really want like a designated guy best friend. When was the last time you broke someone's heart? I don't think I broke anybody's heart, so never. I doubt anybody has ever had a crush on me before, so if a genie granted you 3 wishes right now, what would you wish for? Okay, I'm not gonna be that kind of person and be like, I want like 20 more wishes. I'd probably wish for money. I wouldn't wish for like, I want a house and I also want a car. Like, I wouldn't do that. I just wish for a lot of money so I could use that money to like buy all those things, and therefore I have more wishes. I don't know what my second wish would be. Oh, I think it would be to get good grades without trying, because high school like ruined me, because now I actually have to try in my classes. In middle school and elementary school, I would float by with like not putting as much effort as I do now, and now I put in more effort. What's your biggest regret in life? I don't really have any regrets, like any big regrets, because like I said, everything happens for a reason. I have like minor regrets, like, oh, I wish I studied for this more, or blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna do one last question, and it's, why do you think you're still single? I think because I have such high standards. A person who looks like me shouldn't have that high of standards. I honestly like being single because, I don't know, I just feel like free in a way. But like there are obviously times where I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a boyfriend. Do I really know why I'm still single? Honestly, no. Yeah, and I'm satisfied with my relationship status. So I hope you guys enjoyed this deep and personal Q&A. I'm probably gonna film another one day. This was fun, and the sun is setting and I have to go walk my dog now. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye-bye.